long time ago when Biggie came over to the crib. The first thing he said, he was like, "Yo, I play them interlude joints that that you be putting in between these songs. I want some of those."
Yeah.
He wanted some of those, and he picked 4.
Oh, word? Do you remember which ones?
Yeah, I remember.
What's up, everybody? I'm Reggie Williams, founder and CEO of Ambrosia For Heads, and today I have the distinct pleasure of sitting down with an all-time great double threat producer and MC. This man has worked with icons like Nas, Common, Ice Cube, Run DMC, Jay-Z, Kanye West, and the late, great Heavy D, just to name a few. He's also one half of a dynamic duo with CL Smooth. Of course, I'm talking about the number one soul brother number one, Chocolate Boy Wonder, Pete Rock.
Peace. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Reggie Reg in the building.
Yo, so we're not gonna be fake. Pete and I have been together the last couple of hours, just chopping it up.
Come on,
man.
The whole ride down here,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah. And we started talking about different things, but I was like, yo, Pete, let's save this for the conversation because we're here today announcing a very special collaboration.
Yes.
We are doing an exclusive line of merch featuring Pete's iconic Soul Brother logo.
Yep.
Which I am just geeked about. Like
Me
I've
too.
been just like
people love that logo. They always asking me, you gonna do merch? You gonna do this? And we done little merch here and there. And then I dropped like even with the Camp Low album, did Camp Low stuff with the logo on it somewhere. And then Soul Brother.
Yeah.
True Soul.
Yeah. It's super dope, man. We're honored. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you, bro.
Man.
Like this I felt like I've been a fan of your work and of what you do, and I thought I was like, man, I know I could reach some people if I do something with
no doubt. So, to honor this occasion, we're gonna have a deep dive conversation about Pete's journey with soul from, day one, back in the day, earliest memories, and throughout the conversation, we're gonna unroll the variants, and so sit back, get comfortable, and get ready for a lot of soul.
Yeah, man.
So, Pete, man. What are some of the earliest records you remember playing in your house?
Well, it started with jazz when I never knew the names of anything. I would just, try to interpret to my dad, like, can you play this song again? It went like this, but I didn't know what I heard, but I just know that I liked it. And then it went from there to like, it really started with reggae music first. You know what I'm saying? It was all reggae music. Then he had a various collection of different genres of music. So he would, we lived in the Bronx. He moved from Jamaica to New York. So when he got to New York, he diversed his record collection with jazz and soul and all that stuff. And he played that stuff, and I remember certain records. Now that I'm older now, I remember, I had to go back and learn and ask questions and stuff like that. But then now I'm fully aware of what I was listening to.
What was someone that jumped out at you?
Kool and the Gang.
Okay.
James Brown, of course. My favorite artist over everyone.
Yeah.
Brass Construction.
Oh, wow.
Crown Heights Affair.
Yeah.
New York soul groups.
Okay.
The list goes on. I could name so many. Cameo. Then you got like the soul dudes like Barry White and Isaac Hayes, and you had Aretha Franklin. You had Denise Williams, Earth, Wind and Fire, Commodores, Brick.
Yeah.
So many. Switch, so many different, like the Barge, you know what I'm saying? So many different groups, Rick James, Tina Marie.
That's super dope.
Super dope. And that, that raised me.
I remember, man, James Brown was one of those first finals I had.
Yep.
Apollo 3, Revolution of the Mind. Man, and then,
with him behind the jail.
Yep. Shaft, Superfly soundtracks, like all that.
James kept it a bean, man.
Yeah.
He 100. Talked about real things, you know.
So you talked about your dad. Everybody got that kind of like person that really kind of like pushed them in that direction of like kind of like birth their love for music? Was that your dad or was that somebody else?
My dad started it with the records that he had, you know, and then I got more curious when hip hop came along.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but James Brown was like, anytime I became such a huge fan because his music just is energetic to the soul, you know, and so I like that feeling. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I became an instant fan, and you know, when I met him, it was just like.
So how did you meet him? What was the circumstance there?
He performed in my hood in Mount Vernon.
Okay.
You know, my mom's took me and my younger brother to the concert, and you know, during halftime, she introduced us to him.
That's
you know,
crazy.
she brought us backstage, and she didn't know him, but she must have asked someone in the place, like, can my kids meet?
Yeah.
And we met him. He
How old
shook
were
our
you?
hand. I was 7.
Oh, wow. That's
And
crazy.
he shook my hand and told me God bless me, and I felt like right there I became Pete Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, so.
That's when you knew you wanted to.
Well, I didn't know. Nah, not really. That was when hip hop started.
Okay.
And that's when, you know, all the, you know, the Kool Hercs and everybody was doing what they were doing. That's what made me more interested and want to do, you know, be a DJ. You know what I'm saying? So I started early. My cousin Floyd taught me how to DJ at like early age.
Yeah, you said you were like 7 when
I
you
was
started
only 7
DJing,
years
right?
old. Gave me the name Pete Rock and everything.
So why did he call you Pete Rock?
I have no idea. But I liked it. It sounded good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, all right, you know. There was a lot of rocks.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of MCs and DJs with the name, and just people in the hood with the last hood name Rock.
Yeah.
It was just like a you know, alias.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What you remember what you used to spin when you were first playing?
Just like the break beats. I was watching everybody cutting, dance to the drummer's beat and all that stuff. And I was just trying to cut those same records, you know, Freedom, Get Up and Dance. That was the first record I ever probably scratched, was that.
Okay.
Trying to learn how to go back and forth and on time and where to do it and, you know, like that type of thing. The DJ rules and antics. And I was only 7, so I was being taught by my cousin Floyd and then another guy from the hood. His name is Easy Lee Davis. He was showing me some stuff too. So shout out to him. And then, you know, my guy Eric J in the hood, man.
Yeah.
Like Eric J is the one that say, all right, classroom, you know, and
Like
I
the
considered going over his house school.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? And so, and he just polished me up, man. You know, and sent me on my way, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so your first collection, I gotta imagine, is probably just stuff you grabbed from like different people. But what's the first thing you can remember buying with your own money? The first soul record.
soul record. James Brown. That was JB's 45. It cost 50 cents.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
You still got that record?
Yeah. Same beat by Fred Wesley and the JBs. And then seeing that label People and that big old afro. There's a dude to the left with the biggest afro on the label. And, you know, it was followed by other dudes with afros on the label. That was a subsidiary of one of James Brown's labels. So, you know, it was same beat. And I remember I was in the Bronx on White Plains Road. Pops, I had my Fisher Price record player. Pops walked me in there and, you know, you smell a record store, it smell like air freshener, like, you know, that freshener.
Yeah.
And so I love that smell. You know what I'm saying? And you smell a little bit of vinyl and you just get this feeling like music. Yeah, and then, you know, I'm thinking about James Brown.
Yep.
And I'm asking my pops, like, yo, can you get me? Can you? And he bought it for me. You know, 50 cents. It cost 50 cents for 45s back then.
Yeah. I said every Friday, man, I got my allowance. The first thing I did was go to the mall and buy a cassette tape.
Yeah, Brad's record then on White Plains Road. I was 7 years old, 8 years old, around there. And my pops him and Brad was real cool, you know, and he was cool with Tad. He was cool with Moody. He was cool with all them cats on White Plains Road.
So I asked you this question, you know, I think the first time we sat down was like almost 10 years ago now. And
Sky Zoo, or was it Smoke Desert?
it was Smoke.
Smoke Desert, yep.
And I asked you, I said, if you could create your dream band,
Mm-hmm.
dead or alive,
Mm.
who would be in it? And I'll tell you who you said then, but I want to hear how it might
Because
evolve.
I'm like, okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
tell me.
Nah, I'll tell you afterwards. I want to hear how
okay.
it's changed though.
Oh, you want to hear a new answer?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Favorite band?
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive, who would be in it?
Yeah.
Like I could pick from different places?
Anybody. No limitations.
James will definitely be in the band.
Yeah.
Kool and the Gang. Everyone
Everybody.
from Kool and the Gang.
Yeah.
Mix it with James Brown. Mix it with Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mix it with Isaac Hayes. Could you imagine what that sound like?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be incredible.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I be thinking about that kind of thing all the time.
Yeah.
For hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, like two producers doing something together, or two dope producers at a legend, or MCs, or they doing that now. You know, forming super groups and making albums. Like me and Common did that, and you know, me and Sky Zoo, me and Smoke Dizza. Yeah.
You want to hear who you said before?
Yeah.
You said Questlove, Chris Dave, Casey Benjamin, Derek Hodge, Herbie Hancock, The Roots, Drumheads, Daru Jones, Rod Temperton. You did say James
That's
Brown.
my personal Pete Rock band.
Yeah. And you had arrangements by Barry White and Isaac Hayes.
Oh, see, they got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was like thinking about today, like musicians that I enjoy today and that are doing things, and who I would rock with and link up with, and that was my answer then. But I did throw in Isaac and Barry in there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't throw James in there.
Yeah.
You know?
It's getting more expensive though. Yeah.
Facts. No.
So we're celebrating the roots of soul and hip hop through an exclusive collaboration with Pete. And like I said, it's an honor for us. So you ready to see the first one?
Yeah, bro.
All right, cool, man.
Man, I'm excited.
Of course, we had to start
Uh-oh.
with the classic mix, you know. So we got one open too if you want to start with that. But yeah,
Okay, because I don't want to bust the plastic open. It might be my size. I might want it.
We got hoodies and we got T-shirts, and it's definitely your size.
Oh, y'all gonna like this, man.
Yeah.
See, what y'all always wanted, man, is here, man.
Classic version.
Put your little gold chain on. That shit'll look nice, man.
So Ambrosia For Heads.shop.
You see this?
Go get your Pete Rock Soul Brother. Ambrosia For Heads.shop.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
This is real right here.
Yeah.
The collab is here.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm excited.
So you didn't know why your guy called you Pete Rock, but you chose the name Soul Brother number one. Why did you choose that?
Being a James Brown fan, and now that you mentioned my cousin, as I thought about the name Pete Rock, rock means foundation. I looked it up in the dictionary, and it said it's solid foundation. So Pete Rock, solid foundation. I felt like how I was raised was solid, how I learned was solid, and who I am today is solid. You know, and all that played a heavy part in what the things that I do in hip hop music.
Yeah.
And whether I'm producing merch, and some part of soul has to be in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, because that's just me giving back to what raised me and what taught me and so forth.
So it's one of the most iconic logos, man. I see it, and it's so powerful. So what's the origin story behind it?
Man, I used to look at a lot of album covers, and I used to love seeing like obscure black soul funk albums with like 6 or 7 dudes on the cover with afros and dope outfits and 70s bell bottom, you know the jeans and the hat, the fedoras. All that was inspiration for me to use my ear to listen. Like, you know, and then from everything I do, even if I'm listening to Italian genre, even if I'm listening to Brazilian, or if I'm listening to Russian, because all these guys are doing soul music. I didn't know this growing up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that people abroad that weren't like me or didn't look like me were making music, you know, that we all loved or people liked or that were very attractive to the ear, to the human ear. And so, you know, I look at all of that, you know, as like those genres, different genres of music that they do soul means that they were heavily inspired by certain artists out here in the world. And so, which opened my ear to a lot of newer and other things that people are not listening to. You know what I'm saying? So back to the logo is that I'm explaining all of this, you know, because I just love soul music, and then you know from that came the idea of the Soul Brother, which was drawn by my guy Mark in Atlanta. Shout out to him, and you know I came up with the idea. I was like, yo man, I want like this '70s Soul Brother logo, like with a man face look, like you know with an afro and like he has shades on or something. But it's not shades, it's his eyes. But you know what I'm saying? It's just that when you see it, you know what it is. And you know what the feeling is if you love music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's powerful. It's 70s.
Yeah,
black,
right. That part. And so that, you know, even watching blaxploitation movies and seeing actors with afros and you know, and classic movies like Hell Up in Harlem and Black Belt Jones and Superfly and all that stuff. There's so many obscure movies. Those things inspire me too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the feeling I get when I see it.
I'd be in the crib like this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And making that soul funk, and then but jazz plays a very. I want people to know this, that jazz plays a heavy role. In my life.
Yeah. I mean, that's the roots of hip hop too, right? It's jazz, soul, and funk.
Yeah. And I realized I respect the jazz musicians because what they do is not easy. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear them do soul music, it seems like they just, you know, they could do that, you know, with no problem, and it breeze, you know, through that type of, you know. I like the fact that they can go from the hardest jazz to the funkiest of soul, you know. So that's why I respect jazz musicians like, you know, Miles Davis and Coltrane, all them people. You know, there's so many jazz artists to name, you know.
All those guys you mentioned for your band too all got chops, and you can tell that they played all sorts of different stuff.
I've made beats with my own band's rehearsals, like where we'd just be playing around, and I was just like, let me chop this up, see what it is. Let me just play with it. And, you know, and I did something, and it was a totally new beat, and it was me. I chopped what they did, chopped it up like it was a record, and made a beat with it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So fast forward, you now have one of the biggest record collections of anyone, like period.
Well, I don't know, man. Lately I've been seeing people, you know, stacked up on their vinyls. So there's a lot of competition. But I got a lot. I got a lot of good stuff, you know. And then, you know,
So what were some of your favorite record stores when you were growing up?
Bronx. All I knew was the Bronx until I got older, into my teenage years. Then it was like Downstairs Records on 40, what was that, 48th Street, 47th Street? Downstairs Records, the one in Brooklyn, right there, over the bridge. Fat Beats, A1, Human Head now in Brooklyn. There's a lot of little ones in Brooklyn that's fly, like, you know, Face Records, all of that.
You still go to record stores?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I still think it's fun to do. Like I walk as soon as if I see a record store I've never seen before, I'm pulling over just to walk in and see what it's like. You know? And
So what's your process like when you're digging?
Making sure I eat good before I leave to go out. Early in the morning. Okay. Record stores open like 10, 11, 12. So I'm eating something, making sure I eat something so I can have energy and patience. And that's how I'm usually successful with finding things.
Okay.
And sometimes it just drops in my lap.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I've been doing it for so long. Sometimes you don't even realize, you grabbed a record that has something really ridiculous on it, and you heard something, and you heard one thing, and you was just like, that's all you needed to hear. But
Yeah.
there's more. You know what I'm saying? And so those things intrigue me.
So I'm assuming you got relationships with the owners. Do you have people that like set aside records because they know like this is something I think Peter's gonna like, or like how do you like dive into 20,000, 40,000, whatever, however many records it is?
Yeah, I put records to the side sometimes, but not all the time. So
Yeah.
I just go in and just buy it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But, there's only maybe one. I used to do that with A1.
Yeah.
Like I'll say I'll be back for these.
Yeah.
But now I just grab up everything and anything, and because what I've learned about digging is like you can't sleep on nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Something may not look like nothing, and you put the needle down, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I learned that, and then to check everything.
So the cover art grabs you, but then you go and check the credits, and
sometimes you'll see great cover art, and then the music ain't so hot. Mm-hmm. But then even if that's the case, you could even just try something. Because what I did one time was bought a record like that and still used it. But I did things to it to make it dope. So now it's something usable.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's dope.
Yeah. So how do you find new music today? Is it just record stores? Are you on the algorithms? Like,
I find music in my brain, bro.
Okay.
When I'm making up, like when you talking about making beats, I'm every day. That's a thing for me. When I wake up, man, it's just tunes in my head, and I'm just thinking of dope music. Sometimes I'm thinking of really out there beats that I'm like, damn, I wonder if I could ever make that come true. You know what I'm saying? Like the beat would be extremely dope, and I'm like, damn. I'm making up the bass line. I'm making up keyboard sound, all that kind of.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I wonder if I could ever find that sample or ever create it from scratch.
Yeah, yeah. So how critical was being a DJ to you becoming a producer?
Being a DJ, because it's just 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
That's really what happens.
Yeah.
Unless you really love DJing to where you're not paying attention to being a producer, because there's DJs that don't produce but just DJ, and then you have DJs and producers, DJs who make beats too. So that's me, and be a DJ too. But being a DJ is so much fun.
Yeah,
it's really fun, especially when you lock in on it, and then you figure out, when you start playing outside, and you figuring out your audience and what they like, and that for me started in high school in my cafeteria.
Yeah,
and me watching DJs, older DJs before me, going to them parties, like, oh, okay, that's how they do it, and this is what do I have to dress like that too? Or it was like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I paid close attention to detail about the DJ.
Okay.
Before I started DJing.
So it trained your ear. You start to learn what the audience wants.
Yep.
And what moves people.
Yep.
And you can translate that into your own sounds.
Yep.
Okay.
And music people like and to hear and dance to.
Yeah.
All
right, you ready to see design number 2?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So this one I call the Beat King mix, because it's a celebration of the music that comes from Pete Rock.
Okay,
so
let's get it. Is there an open one here? Or I
yeah,
gotta bust
there's
it
an
down?
open. Let me get that for you.
Yeah.
There you go. Right there.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Y'all ready for the reveal? Ooh. Oh, this is fire. This is fire.
Yeah.
That's the SP and the MP?
Yeah, from the mind of Pete Rock,
Come on now.
And the King.
Come on now.
Crown.
There it is. Ambrosia For Heads, Pete Rock. Let's get it.
So this one, we're only doing 1,000 of.
Okay.
After that, it's done.
Yep.
No more. So
I'm gonna frame one of these.
I'm
never gonna wear it.
Okay.
Frame it.
So go grab that now. AmbrosiaForHeads.shop.
Wow, I'm
those
excited.
Those go quick.
Yeah,
Love those, man. That's my favorite joint. I I got a hoodie. I've been rocking it secretly.
I got kicks. I got some kicks that'll go.
Oh,
perfect,
you do? Yeah.
perfect
Yeah.
with that. Man.
I was in a grocery store the other day, and the dude was like, "Yo, I love that sweatshirt." So I was like,
no, that one you got on is dope too.
"Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're selling these too." So,
Yes, sir.
oh man.
Word.
So, what's your process for identifying samples when you pick up an album?
Listening, listening real hard, and from A to B.
Okay.
Side A, side B.
Yeah.
Don't miss nothing.
Okay.
And use that ear, and and whatever jumps out at you.
Yeah.
That's what God is telling you to do. Play with that.
Yeah. You just drop in and just I saw a video with you in Ninth in a record store.
Yeah, in DC.
Yeah.
Shout out to Night Wonder and Decibel Records out there in DC. I think they currently moving somewhere else.
Yeah.
But
you got friends that you like to go and shop with?
yeah. I mean, I do a lot of shopping by myself.
Yeah. You can't
But yeah, like my boy J Rock, Beat Junkie. Shout out to J Rock on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to go digging with him. I mean, I dug with Alchemist in Japan once. We bumped into each other. I walked in the record store in Japan, and Alchemist is in there.
Oh wow!
And then boom, we in there.
Yeah.
Fight over any spending
records,
money and buying records.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's solo,
okay.
dolo.
Okay. So when you got started, man, rap music was primarily James Brown and P-Funk.
Samples, yeah.
But you went in a different direction. Why was that?
Because I remember, hearing jazz music.
Okay.
And real funky jazz music, and discovering it, and and just like, I don't know, it's this memory of certain jazz records, and then finding stuff that I never knew existed. That when you digging, that's one of the things about digging that I love, is finding something that I want everybody to hear. So I want to make sure that I do the beat right, or you know what I'm saying. Yeah, those kind of feelings right there was what I would want to always always want people to hear it. You know what I'm saying.
So Mecca and the Soul Brother was one of the first albums I can remember where you used like intro beats to the beat. And a lot of times, man, the beats were so dope. I was like, yo, he's gonna release this song. Yeah.
That's funny, because long time ago when Biggie came over to the crib, the first thing he said, he was like, yo, I play them in the little joints that you be putting in between these songs. I want some of those.
Yeah.
He wanted some of those, and he picked 4.
Oh, word? Do you remember which ones?
Yeah, I remember. But one got away from me.
Okay.
It was a joint that it was an interlude Biggie wanted, but Puff went and sampled it.
Yeah.
And from the main ingredient, and then had some producers put drums on it.
Okay. Yeah.
I was pretty keen and smart. When I knew I did something that there was no way in the world you could get away with,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But it's all good, because we kind of were all doing that in the beginning. You know what? You ain't using that? I'm gonna use it.
So was one of those records Party and Bullshit?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
But that's Easy Mo B.
Yeah.
Strictly
Yeah.
Easy Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that beat.
Yeah,
I was like, when I found out the sample and what it was, I was like, damn, I had that album.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, that shit was right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man. I love, if you had a time capsule, what 5 soul albums would you put in it?
Illmatic, Criminal Minded, Paid in Full, Gangstar's first album, Mecca and the Soul Brother.
Okay. All right. You got to put yourself in there.
Yeah, got to.
What about Soul Records?
Okay. Kool and the Gang, James Brown. Oh, you mean certain songs?
Albums. Yeah.
Albums? Ooh. Okay. because you got James produced albums also. So you mean the James solo albums or just anything he done?
You tell me, man. You tell me.
All right, let's say, I'll say James Brown's Blues and Pants album.
Okay.
I'll say James Brown's Blues and Pants album.
Okay.
I'll say Kool and the Gang. Oh, so many. Damn. Wild and Peaceful.
Wow. Okay.
I'll do Kool and the Gang, Wild and Peaceful, but they got so many.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not saying Light of the Worlds. I mean, damn. Kool and the Gang. Yeah. Brass Construction, their first album.
Okay.
Crown Heights, their first album.
Okay.
Crown Heights Affair.
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes' Joy album.
Oh, wow.
Barry White.
Yeah.
I'm Gonna Love You a Little More, a little bit more. Oh, yeah, that's that song. That album.
Okay.
But Barry got several albums.
Yeah.
But that one, I would pick that one.
Okay.
And let me see. Rick James' first album.
Okay.
Roger Troutman. It wasn't, his first album wasn't like it had hits, but it wasn't like hit.
Yeah.
It was like just, but if you listen to it now, you like, then you're a music head, you're like, oh, this wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed listening to his very, very, very first album. So Prince's very, 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 very first album when he had the afro.
Yeah.
It's for you. Yeah. And who else?
So you named a lot of first albums. What do you think is about the first album that like gives it that feeling?
That because the artist is excited that he's making a record, and he's in his excitement and he's in his bag at the same time, and then all of that is going into the music, and so that's why no one's first album could ever be topped.
I think it was Jay that said you got your entire life to put in that first album, right? And then after that, but if you want to stay on the surfboard, you continue to make good music. You know what I'm saying? And you won't be able to top your first joint, but just stay on that road. And you'll survive and you'll be all right. But as far as like maintaining your status where it belongs. So you got a gift at creating beats that are contemporary but timeless. Last year you and Common put out one of the best albums of the year.
Thank you. Thank you, bro.
So what's your secret to doing that? Because a lot of people chase sounds, they chase trends.
Well, now that I know what to do, and what people like, and being on tour for years and years and years, and learning and seeing the audiences and what they go for, that helps me. And when I go in to create something new. And I'm, listening to the radio, and there's a lot I don't like, and then there's a few that I do like, and I'm listening to that, and I'm learning from that. And I'm, changing my drum sounds a little bit to what's more familiar to what's going on in 2025 maybe, and keeping some of that 90s, same 90s, and then, mixing it with a little bit of jazz. You know what I'm saying? And soul.
And classic styles don't go out of style.
Never.
Never.
Because when you got it now, like you got it on lock, you know what to do. It's as simple as that. You know how to attack, and you know how to impress or make good beats to where people can feel it.
Right.
Because when I'm on tour, I stand next to the speaker. And I'm listening to beats, and I'm like, okay.
You literally feeling.
Okay, now I know what to do, because they are going crazy out here. And that 808 and that kick and the drums is where I concentrate. On making something fire, because the drums make a hell of a difference.
All right, man. Number 3.
Uh-oh.
Final one. I call this one the extra soul mix because
Oh,
it's a celebration of soul with red, black, and green. You know,
that's what I'm talking about.
and so we get it on top for
I
you.
can't wait to get out to Africa, bro.
Yeah, word. So again, this is limited edition.
Yeah.
Only 1,000 pieces.
Wow.
When they're gone, they're gone. AmbrosiaForHeads.shop.
Yeah, better get it while it's hot. Look
Yep,
at this.
yep.
Look at this. Look at this.
It's the extra soul version right
Look
there.
at that, man.
Yeah.
You can match that. I know y'all got some kicks out there that go with this.
Yeah, yeah.
You kidding me? I know I do. I know I do.
Yeah, so throw a note in the comments. Let us know which one you're feeling the most.
Right. Ambrosia for Heads, man.
Yeah.
Pete Rock collab with Ambrosia.
Yeah.
You heard?
So Pete, before we get out of here, man, I wanna talk about your love for music beyond soul. You know? So
music in general.
I had the pleasure of hearing you spin out. You know, what are some records you play that you think most people who think they know Pete Rock would be surprised that you played it?
Well, I was a big listener of like Larry Levin,
Okay.
Shep Pettibone.
Oh wow, George Michael.
Those DJs, Timmy Regisford, you know, with the disco stuff.
Okay.
Those were my songs as a kid. Like, you know, that my father used to play. I used to listen to the radio, BLS, all the time. Frankie Crocker and all them, you know, with them special mixes and Red Alert and everybody. And the disco thing, you know, Unlimited Touch Records, artists like Kano, who made a song called Rock the World, and like those things people probably won't even know or remember. Like, that was me.
Yeah.
That was the songs I was raised on, and the Strikers and all that classic disco that was like, you know, they did away with disco, but then you had some people making disco, funky disco, and really good sounding disco. So yeah, so that was a heavy part of my beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, instant funk, got my mind made up. Come on, you can get that stuff.
Yeah.
MFSB, Love is the Message. You know, 3 Degrees. You know, that Philly disco too. It's fire. It's fire.
So who are some of your favorite producers of today?
Oh man, Dr. Dre, Primo, myself, Alchemist, Jay Dilla, Madlib, DJ Khalil, L.A.
What about from the new crop? Any
MF
guys?
Doom,
Okay.
producer wise,
crazy.
he was fire.
Yeah.
Who else? That make beats. Ninth Wonder, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
Tripping.
Yeah.
Crisis, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
So many, man. I basic Static Selector. I like everybody, man. Havoc.
Yeah. Ah, man.
I knew
Havoc did
Mobb
work this
Deep.
year. Yeah.
I knew Mobb Deep is
Against the World. Oh, man. Yeah.
Shout out to Hav, man. That's my brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool dude.
So, is there an artist today you'd like to produce that you haven't yet, like a singer?
Yeah. Like just one-on-one, me and Mary J. Blige.
Oh wow, yeah.
Is that, you know, who else? Any female singer. I know, you know, if they with the boom bap sound or with the R&B, I do R&B too. So it's like, you know, I could do all that stuff. You know, with the R&B stuff, I could do that too. Whatever sound that fits you. You know.
So, you know, I don't think it would be right to not acknowledge the tremendous loss we just had, you know, a couple weeks ago. Can you just talk a little bit about what D'Angelo meant to you?
A lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been through so much when it comes to this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? Losing everybody. And I thought we were all superheroes that couldn't die, man.
Yeah.
And that dude used to come to my house, man. And one time he came to the crib with this hand-sized keyboard that he played it, and it was Fender Rhodes sound coming out of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, did things like that, and we'd smoke a joint, and I'm making beats, and he's playing, and he's telling me about interludes that I made that he wants to recreate, and then, you know, He's been to my house more than once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't post him that much on my gram because I just let everyone else do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we were cool.
Yeah.
We used to call each other and talk to one another.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I just remember him the way he was with me.
Yeah.
And, I showed him some respect in my Instagram stories. And, I've had personal conversations with some of his peoples.
Yeah.
But,
it was crazy because one of my greatest live music memories was New Year's Eve 1999 at the Apollo.
mm-hmm.
D'Angelo opening up for Mary J. Blige. And I'll never forget, D'Angelo opened his set, him on the roads, playing Curtis Mayfield's Give Me Your Love.
Last time we hung together was in New York at a concert, something he did all the way down in Battery Park. And we hung the whole night, and sometimes I feel like that's like a message or something. Like when you hang with somebody real tough, then they gone.
Yeah. I think it's a gift that you got that time, man. Yeah.
Just didn't realize it now. You always realize it after.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
man. Pete, man, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for this partnership.
No problem.
I'm incredibly
I'm looking
excited
forward to
about
this,
it.
bro.
Yeah,
We're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
Man. That's all.
You got anything else you want to say to the people?
That I'm, just doing, working on a couple of projects. De La Soul.
Which I hear is amazing. I've heard that from many people.
Even if I wasn't on the album was incredible when they played it for me. I was just like, now I got to compete with this, But I'm glad I'm on it. I'm glad I'm a part of it.
Yeah.
But De La's always been classic. I always respect them because they gave me a plaque of their very first album when I was only like 16, 17.
Oh, wow.
On In Control with Marley, because I used to play the whole album on the radio.
Yeah.
Played the whole joint.
Yeah.
Playing every cut on that mother.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you, Pete. Thank you to the audience. It doesn't happen without your support.
Yep.
The whole line, the Pete Rock Soul Brother line, is available on ambrosiaforheads.shop.
Let's go.
Yep. Limited tees and hoodies.
Yes.
So until the next time.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Peace, my man.
Thank you.